I'm an artist, a muralist. This is a mural I've been working on for the last couple of days right here in Trinity Bellwoods Park. And this is a bunker that stores supplies for electronics market. Including the design, I probably spent a good 2 or 3 days on the design, and it'll take me 4 or 5 days to paint. This design is based on my connection to nature and the things that I love. So seeing large birds of prey within the city is always something that's brought me a lot of joy. So any chance I can, I work large birds of prey, vultures, or hawks into my designs. This color palette is based on earth tones. I really gravitated towards earth tones over the last couple of years. My partner and I have worked together to kind of shape a palette where my paintings could be very pleasing in our house, and that definitely informed my movement away from brighter graffiti colors into more natural earth tones. That's the goal for a lot of artists, is to get some recognition in the streets first so that your pieces are generally more respected. Murals are definitely kind of like temporary in general, like things paint on wall and they last about 10 years. In my experience, I find that most walls will stay up until they start paved and then they'll repaint them. So you kind of have usually the timeline of how long paint lasts, which is in 10 15 years, depending on weather and which way it's facing, or which way it's facing the sun. Paint is forgiving, everything's temporary. And I think to me, it's more about just what can I learn from these experiences. The knowledge can be stored longer than photo on my phone, or something that feels permanent but is losable or erasable. I think it used to weigh on me a lot more. Definitely struggle with perfectionism and like object permanence throughout my life, and sometimes I have a desire to just hold on to things close. And but I learned that lesson very, very early on in my art career. Being too precious about things doesn't necessarily to them being well preserved. An example I always like to give is when I first started drawing, I would draw on a loose leaf sheet of paper in pencil. I would get a design I was really happy with, and then I would be too scared to ink it in, out of fear of making even one mistake with black ink. So I would usually leave it on my desktop because I was so proud of it. And if I tried to show someone, it'd be these very faint lines, very hard, illegible almost. And I would leave it there so long that it would reach their copy stands to stop on it. So, me trying or being so nervous to ruin it, it would always very, sorry, going to be less precious and, seize the time you out, like, do the thing now because now is when it's supposed to be. That thing would be very cool if I was known for doing large walls. I think that's been like the one thing I've always had my eye on and dreamed of. If I could pick from dreams as an artist, you definitely need to paint very large walls in every city. So, if I could choose, obviously, goal for me would to be do it 100 times in 100 different cities. But for now, let's start with one. Let's get there first.